Tobias Mescal. Tobias Mescal, the 4 pillars of PMA. The 4 pillars of PMA, Tobias Mescal.
My heart was racing. The throttle on my motorbike was wide open, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs because I was so happy to be lost in Vietnam. Madam Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and our welcome guests. There was one person near me that day, and his name was John. Despite only having known me for about an afternoon, John did notice one thing about me, and he was curious, so he asked me a question. He said, "Tobias, how do you maintain such a high PMA?" Now, does anybody in this room know what PMA stands for? It stands for positive mental attitude. And I shared with John 4 pillars that support my positive mental attitude, and today I'd like to share just 2 of them with you. I'm kidding. I'll share all 4. The first pillar that supports my success in overall happiness is exercise. You see, human beings are emotional creatures, and sometimes we bottle up these emotions, and if we don't move those emotions around, they can manifest into aches or pains within the body. I noticed underneath my scapula, which is the back here on my shoulder blade, I had a sharp pain, and I didn't know how to get rid of it. It wasn't until I started exercising and building up the muscle around that part of my body that I actually got rid of that pain within 2 weeks, and it's never returned. Not only are we energetic, emotional creatures, but when we exercise, our bodies have a coping mechanism to relieve the stress and the pain of those tearing muscles. And that's a chemical that's in endorphins. And those endorphins make you feel really good when you exercise. So those feelings that I get when I exercise are enough of an incentive for me to continue on with my exercise. Now, the second pillar that goes hand in hand with that first pillar is eating healthy. We are essentially cocktails of chemicals, vitamins, and minerals. And if we're not filling up our bodies with the optimal vitamins, chemicals, and minerals, we may experience less than optimal results in our health and in our happiness. Imagine a Lamborghini driving down the road. That owner knows that that Lamborghini requires high-octane fuel in order for that Lamborghini to maintain its high-octane life. If he puts low-grade fuel in the engine, it will degrade and fall apart, and it won't be useful anymore. Human beings are very similar. However, we're lucky because we are also resilient, and that we can change and we can put more high-grade fuels into our bodies to live a higher-grade life. Now, if it wasn't for the third pillar, which is maintaining a childlike curiosity and creativity, I never would have discovered the first 2 pillars. I started to ask questions about how I can improve myself. How can I be happier? How can I have more energy? And that same curiosity is what has led Elon Musk to launching his rockets into space recently. And that's what led Albert Einstein to discovering E=mc². He started asking questions. He was curious about the answers to the universe. And Elon Musk was also curious, how can I get to Mars? So he started to study. He's maintaining that curiosity, and he's keeping an open mind to new possibilities. Now, the fourth and final pillar in my positive mental attitude is purpose. I have a purpose, and that purpose is what drives me. If you look around, we have 7.6 billion people on this planet, and a large chunk of those people are looking for the answers that I have found. So it's my duty and it's my obligation as a leader and someone who wants to drive change in the world to wake up and to work 16 hours a day, to work on my public speaking, and to improve myself as a human being so I can then go out and help others improve their lives as well. Now, I don't think John was expecting quite an elaborate answer. However, John was very thankful. And he said, "You know what, Tobias? I'm going to try these 4 pillars for myself. and see how my happiness can improve over my life. And I want to encourage all of you Toastmasters and fellow guests, try these 4 pillars for yourself and see where your life can improve and how you can become more happy. The first pillar that you can try is eating healthy. The other pillar is exercise. Third pillar, maintaining childlike curiosity and creativity, and then staying on purpose. Madam Toastmaster.